Hyper G and Lucky Sixes, Proxy Table Gaming PTG, bringing you part 2 of our gaming day with Dawid and his Infernal Dwarfs. Ogre Khans have just been smooshed into smithereens in the battle of the legendary characters.
Battle of
and
the
I think we all
Bastions
agree
as well. I think
it was. We agree that Ganzerig was the star of the show, despite the fact that his army lost. That was their fault, not his.
Yeah.
And now the Kingdom of Equitaine, which is your new project.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
we talked about this. If you're a fan of the channel, have watched and probably like, share, subscribed on the regular, you would have heard me talk about KOE and stuff. And I have had a few games before this with it. And Dawid was coming over, and I did a few lists for him. The one I was normally playing, and the ones with like all the legendary characters. But he said, "Well, I've got one legendary character list that I'll play, and one other one." And I was like, "Okay, well." And then when you came and played the legendary character, it was nice and easy that I'd just play my normal game, which is good. Yeah. But I do. So I have. Let's see if I do this. This is my cheat sheets that I have with
like 9 pages long.
Yeah, and I print out 2 copies just so that I can pretend like I'm telling my opponent everything as well. But there's just so much to it. To Kingdom of Equitaine. But yeah, so we decided that we'd give it a go, and I'd see how my KOE get on against his ID. Now this is the list, and I'll take us away while we're talking about it. I've got a Duke on a Hippogriff with a halberd and a potion of healing. He's pretty naked actually, so he's just a res 5 3-up guy with a potion of healing. But he can pack a punch when he's on.
Do you think that potion's cost effective with only 1 HP recovery?
No, but it's better than not having it.
Well, yeah, there is that.
And we'll see if it
keeps you alive by 1, then
we'll see how good it is in this battle as well.
All right.
Cool. I've got Damsel Master, Talisman of the Void to mean Channel 3. She obviously gives a bit of origin to herself. Should say as well, if you recognise this list, because it's not mine, it's a list from Scrub. Quite a big famous player in 9th Age, who actually in the team's ETC came top. So this is by no means a bad list for any reason. But it's just whether I can play it really is the thing. The reason I liked it though, and the reason I picked it is because I found a list that has 8 different unit entries. So I thought the way to learn KOE is just to play everything. But it does mean I have to learn pretty quick, because otherwise I've got no idea what it's all doing. So yeah, I've got a folk hero BSB. That's through the Bannerman thing. Who's also a cleric, which is probably one of the most unengaging rule sets in the game. Firstly, you get an extra origin, which is great, but also you get to just regrow a model for free every turn. So it's
which is just weird.
Yeah. Anyway, he's got Stalker Standard on his Bannerman thing to mean his unit doesn't care about terrain, which obviously for KO is pretty good.
Very important. Yeah.
Otherwise, not that killy. Only light lance with 2 attacks, so he's not going to do anything. Folk hero on Heraldic Steed, which I'm playing as a mini Pegasus. With Sigil of Protection, so I think he's got 1-up armor. Uther's Metal on a Lance, which means he's really good against ranked up things. Sainted and Castellan, and Castellan is just a captain thing.
Okay.
Nothing really to write home about. But Sainted does give him a few extra attacks and a few extra abilities. Then I've got Knights of the Realm, Hedge Knights, and Mounted Sergeants, all in core. Mounted Sergeants are the cleric knights, basically. The clergy that come along with it, so they give an extra origin and can regrow one of themselves as well. And I've got Standard and Knight Banneret on the first 2, Knights of the Realm and Hedge Knights, just Standard on the Sergeants. In special, my 2 big units are the Knights of the Quest with Standard and Knight Banneret, and the Knights of the Court, who are the charging ones. The Quest ones are the ones obviously give the Quest banner, Quest token to someone. It's a unit entry, so obviously, and we'll see what I give it to into his ID list. Got some chaff with some throwing weapons and a Fey Knight, champion of the Green Knight, because Green Knight, does give the forest thing as well, so he does make things disrupted and things like that. So
Yeah, we did wonder about this actually at the start of the battle, didn't we? Because you like pointed out as you were showing me the battlefield where the Green Knight could appear from, the two forests, and I
Yes.
raised the point. Well, he counts as being in a forest, so does that mean that he can appear from anywhere because
Yeah.
he is a forest? And I mean, we had a discussion about this when we did the KOE book review, didn't we? And people clarified what it meant, basically causes the disrupted, like you've already mentioned. But yeah, that would be another one for
We
the
didn't
comment
think about
section
that.
because
Yeah, it is.
does he come on anywhere because he is
Yeah.
a forest? We decided no,
Yeah.
especially for this battle. But it'd be interesting to know whether he counts as the forest he comes in on.
I don't
Hence, it would
know.
be anywhere.
Yeah.
Or does he actually need a forest on the board to
So
come on?
yeah, I think
Comment section, help us.
we no because that would be just amazing,
May as well just be
right?
ambush
But
open.
please tell me if he is, because that'd be great for me.
Yeah. Come on anywhere.
Yeah. But yeah,
Hmm.
so that's the KOE list. Yeah, and we'll see how it goes. Lots of moving parts to it.
Yeah. I should
Infernal
mention when we talk
Dwarves,
about this list that this is his serious list as opposed to the fun list that
it
trouts
is.
me. So
Yeah. I know, yeah. So the fun one's already 120. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So the interesting one,
Mm.
and we both looked at this and were like, oh man, it's a good list, sort of thing. But we both missed completely that it had magic when he sent it over. Oh, no magic,
Oh,
sorry.
no magic. Yeah.
So when he said that on the tabletop, I was like, oh okay, it does have a weakness. But yeah, it's a really cool list. I say it looks really good as well on the board. It's got it's much more infantry heavy than the Bastion ones. Although I guess that's infantry as well. So it's
no general.
really. No general, just a BSB Vizier. He's pretty protected. And has a bit of a volcanic embrace, so I don't really like that. The 25 Citadel Guard, the Infernal Warriors, both with banner and twice branded. 5 Tauric Enforcers, just as I guess the anti infantry. But then he's got the 2 Disciples of Luger, much in the same vein as that you saw before. The Infernal Artillery Rocket Batteries, which my Duke really doesn't like on paper.
No one likes.
Yeah, they are very good. A Naphtha Thrower in I think it was the Infernal Warriors, and then the Infernal Engine Rock Crusher, which he's using as the Lamasu thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I say on the board it looked lovely. We played map 6 for people that want to do it. Obviously the first impressions for me were where's the water and forest for my guy.
Yeah.
Obviously looking at that, it was just the 2 forests, but they are on both sides, so I thought yeah, fine. We played Spearhead, so you get one of your 3 that can give an extra bit of vanguard to your folks. And then we played Skull of the Harold Redstub, sorry, which was a fun one we wanted to try out, really. You have 3 tokens in the middle of the board, and you collect clue tokens in order to try and get the most clue tokens from terrain to get, and if you do, you get to pick where the actual treasure or the spoil, I guess, is. And if it's a draw,
I really like this one.
yeah, if you've got drawn tokens, so like we've got 2 each, for example, then it's in the center. So I quite like it. Yeah, it was fun, and it was something to engage you throughout the whole game. So I liked it as a concept. I was the defender because he dropped to put some pressure on me as the attacker, which means he's already won against me.
That's the way to win against you. Yeah, your morale's in the toilet now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm scrambling around for things to my tactics board. I got capture their banners, so I needed to kill 3 or more marked units which were scoring or his BSB. And I say kill, casualty, decimate, all that stuff. He got Slay the Beast, so he picked my 2 most non-scoring, expensive, whatever it means, which were my Duke and my Fey Knight, I believe, from the 2 that he picked. And neither of us picked Assassinate.
Yep.
So, yeah, there's that.
So forget about it.
before the battle, before putting our game faces on.
Yeah.
And this was deployment.
The actual event. Yeah.
The actual event. So in terms of myself, well, he dropped again to put some pressure on, and he gave himself a big center vanguard. I'll just add a
spearhead.
Back. Yeah, I keep things. We keep getting in the way of things on this.
Oh no.
But yeah, so obviously that's why his center is a bit arced, which is lovely. But he's got his infernal engine, his great weapon, Lugers, one of the rocket batteries, his I want to say Citadel Guard, actually, with a gunnery team and a BSB in there. Then he's got his Lugar paired weapons with his Infernal Warriors blunderbusses on the right, with a Infernal rocket battery behind, and his Torok on the very right by the Impassable. I've got facing the Torok, I've got my Heraldic Steed who can vanguard, the Hedge Knights that have gone into the forest to try and claim a token through the Defender, and then the Knights of the Court just on the very, very corner of that. I've got on the left, going from left to right, just to change it up for you, so you can just make sure you're keeping focus, people. They've got the Duke on the very, very right, very, very left, sorry, to stay out of rocket batteries range. Then the Mountain Sergeants, the Knights of the Realm, the Quests on the hill, and the Yeoman who ended up vanguarding slightly forward to screen my quests from any shooting. Not
so
that
you thought
too much. Yeah.
No.
I basically, the last couple of times I've played, my quests keep getting shot. So I was like, all right, I'll try and find a way to, but rocket batteries don't care.
No, ignore cover from units and
so
stuff.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
Anyway,
to be fair, artillery doesn't care about cover, not just rocket batteries. But yeah.
Yeah, I got in my head that they only cared about units, not terrain, but that was wrong. So.
Okay. Yeah.
On to his ID movement, and he moves ever so slightly forwards, not too much, not too less. And if I move his Torok just move back a little bit into that corner, just to zone me and make sure I can't get around him, which is very good from his part.
Yeah.
Otherwise, just move up like so. He gets between shooting. I don't think he has too much in the way. Oh, he has no magic, so this is well.
Exactly.
Shooting only kills 2 quests despite not being covered, so the thing didn't actually help. And he's got some markers on them as well for later. And this is him laughing at how bad his first round of shooting was. We go into my turn though, and my KOE, and I move up to zone him on the right hand side.
Having grabbed a clue.
Having grabbed the clue from the hill and the forest.
Field?
Yes.
Now you're in the field on the left.
And now I'm in the field on the left, and I'm in it's ruins in the middle with my quests who have stalkers, so I don't care about too much, so that he can't pick it up more than that I'm going to get it. It's more than he can't pick it up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I zone on the right with my Knights of the Court. Hedge Knights come up a bit. My Heraldic Steed doesn't like where he is, so completely backtracks and comes to get a little bit of cover from the blunderbusses, if not out of range entirely, with the idea that he's going to march straight into that centre and threaten some ranked up units in the next turn.
Cool.
The Duke on the very left is very hesitant about coming forwards, but I also think Dawid did very well to stop me again getting past him. So classic ETC player, Ray, checking all the arts.
He knows his stuff.
And otherwise we move forward like so. My 2 guys in the middle with the cover of the Yeoman now are going to threaten some charges in there. But I do lose a Yeoman to dangerous terrain, so oh god, goodness me. Over here I get a Totemic Summon off on the left, and a swarm of insects on the right, doing -1 to hit on the right one, and obviously the totemic summon really threatening that other one. So I'm really happy with my magic phase. It
or
is.
Is it Suicide?
It's Suicide, I think, is always first. But yeah.
Couldn't see his ear. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on. And this is this, and not much happens in shooting. I think I do kill a Citadel Guard actually with the thrown weapons, which I think is funny, but I don't document it because it's irrelevant really to the whole thing. They move forwards. Nothing happens in the middle and on the right with this Torek.
Okay.
They kind of just the Infernal Warriors do come forward to be able to shoot. So that is a thing over there. But on the left side, he gets super aggressive and doesn't care if I charge or not, as well as me being a little bit lax with my arcs with the Knights of the Realm, meaning that he's got a bit of freedom over there to put some pressure on my Mountain Unit, and wants to do the same in terms of the clue tokens. Wants to stop me from
picking it up.
So overall in that, it was a bit of a doing that. I am winning 2-1 because back in this forest on his side, he did pick up that turn 1. So at the minute, clue token wise, I'm 2-1, but that will change.
Oh, you picked one from the hill as well, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So yeah, and that's his moving forward. So very aggressive on the left. Shooting wise, one of the rocket batteries, I think, kills 2 yeomen to start off. Which was, I think, 4 shots. By the by. His other rocket battery turns to shoot this one and kills the totemic summon. Just does exactly 4 wounds. Well, the 2 wounds needed because of multiple wounds too.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, these Citadel Guard with pistols only do 1 wound to this yeoman. I pass panic.
Wow.
And
you didn't need to, I think.
I
suppose you did.
Things in a phase.
Yeah, 3 in the phase.
Yeah. So, but before this, I didn't need to pass one, but I did, and I was surprised I was taking a panic test because I was alive. So happy days. Passed it.
Most joyous panic text you're ever going to.
That's just silly. It's silly, really, because it means so much in the battle that I have another chance. I have just beat again.
Can he charge the rocket battery through the gap in the middle?
quite possibly.
Please do that. I mean, I know you're not saying he's alive and useful for that reason. But I want you to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a confirmation of in my phase previous, I managed to regrow one of the guys. I didn't even take a picture because it seems so horrible to just give one back. It really does. But anyway, I charged through the ruins into his Lugers. Lugers with the 2 units of Lugers, I quest marked them. So both, if I ever go into the Lugers like I am now, I get the rerolls to wound and lethal strike, even though that doesn't matter. But yeah, the rerolls to wound certainly will. My Fey Knight comes on within 6 inches of this forest.
Yeah. It's already quite a big area, isn't it?
It's a huge area.
Within 6 inches, yeah.
Yeah. This guy has a lot of flexibility. And in this magic turn, I put the Orison of Shielding on, which obviously the opponent can do nothing about. I regain a wound, which obviously the opponent can do nothing about. And with all my spells, I get Awaken the Beast.
Nice.
He stops wild spikes, I think. I want to say. But yeah. Very nice. And over to combat here. Because of all the stuff that I had on magic wise, and a bit of I do have to say, a bit of a fluff from my opponent.
I was going to say, you've only killed 5.
He does 0. Well, 5 isn't terrible when you think about it.
Aegis 5 up, I guess.
Because of the Aegis 5 up, and I do have a lot of attacks, and I forgot my rerolls to wound at this point.
Okay.
So we didn't. Then we go back and do it. So there was maybe 1 or 2 extra that I could have get.
Yeah.
But I just said to him, I'll just pretend it's you saved on the Aegis. So so
rather than when you redo things and he does save on the Aegis. So.
Yeah. We'll cut off that whole 5 minutes of waste of time. But yeah, so I do 5, but I do end up winning 5-0. In terms of combat res, obviously I only give a max of 2. for ranks, but otherwise, I was still pretty up there. And I won
ruins
by
don't disrupt, do they? Ruins are just hard to
I'm
run over.
Stalker anyway, but I don't think they do it for him, because that's more important for him, because he's only got Ghost Step rather than Strider. So yeah, it's one of those. So I ended up winning by 3 or 4, which was obviously stubborn down, but that didn't matter. And my opponent went on to, if I can get the picture right, flee all the way. And again,
my goodness!
Move us all the way over into the behind the thing. I think he rolled like 11. I kind of said, well, I'm definitely going to be pursuing you unless you roll like an 11 or 12. And he rolled an 11, so he actually had to think about it. And I was like, you know what, with everything going on, and I didn't get a picture of the wider KOE movement, but I basically used my Yeoman to chaff his Citadel Guard, and I just have such a nice potential here for everything going in. That I said, you know what, I'll just move them to support against the Citadel Guard, and that should be pretty tough for my opponent to get out of situation there.
So he failed a reroll on his Infernal Dwarfs and the combat then.
Yeah, I think he needed a rerollable. I want to say 6 when all was said and done. But it might have been 7. It didn't roll well for it, and he didn't roll well in the combat. So
it probably was a minimum of 7, because he would have been solid, right, or steady? No, steady, both.
No, it wasn't, because I do have ranks. I just can't claim them for rank bonuses.
Okay.
So I've got 3 and he's got 3. So
yeah.
So yeah,
trying to process that with
totally. Yeah. So the KOE cap counts, so you can get a banner.
Rank bonus.
I think on no, you can get an upgrade for the Knights of the Realm to mean that they can get plus combat res.
Okay.
But the Lance Formation caps you at a max of +2 for combat res bonus, but it doesn't.
But it doesn't stop you being less steady or solid than your opponent. Yeah. I'm with you. Nice, good to know.
But it does stop them from being steady or opponent if I have equal or more. So yeah, that is a thing. But yeah, so this is where we kind of ended up. You can see on the right, my Herald has come into the center and is looking at both. But I mean, this was before the flee as well. Both the bolt thrower. The rocket battery, now the Lugar, who are facing the other way currently, and the rear of the blunderbusses. So he's in a good spot over there as well. But yeah, so
it's looking good already.
Yeah, my opponent charges his BSB into my unit. And I'm like, oh no, goodness me. So obviously he'll have the charge bonus, but I should have combat res and everything. So yeah, we'll see there. Otherwise, this is what it looks like. In terms of the battle, you can see the Torok have come right up to bait my Knights of the Court away from his big blunderbuss unit charging there. But yeah, he's moved up to try and shoot them, just ignoring the Herald, the Heraldic Steed dude. So I need a name for all these characters, really. Get them in the comments, folks. Now is your time as well, by the way, because
and if you're a Patreon, you'll get first dibs, right?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely,
yeah.
But yeah, so that's where it all is. On the left side, his Lugar and tanks sort of move around. The Lugar don't care about my Duke going in.
Anything.
That's just, but yeah, so move up to basically counter charge. And the Yeoman has stood in no man's land going, I'm sure I should be dead by now. But yeah. Obviously no magic. And
I think you should have charged the bolt for the rocket battery, to be honest with you. But yeah,
that would have been that would have been the hero's call, but I couldn't quite do it. I do in this magic phase put my last Orison that I have currently on the Knights of the Court. So he goes to shoot my Hedge Knights and kills 3 there, which is why he chose them. And this is where the dice start really spiking my way. They shoot at my guy, and this is the reason it's 5s is because his armor saves. After all, my 2-up, I think it's AP3. And then my 2-ups go to 5-ups, and yeah, that's
lucky 5s.
3 5-ups out of, and this is both rocket batteries. Sorry,
We keep calling them bolt throws, both of us.
I know, yeah. I only hit 3. He only hits 3, but I saved them all, and it's just, well, that just happened. That just happened.
He came all the way from London
to
do this, and you just laughed in his face.
Yeah,
that's not
fives. Lucky 5s today.
It's good job. Good job he'd already trounced me, isn't it? You know, that kind of treatment when he got here. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Over here, and his BSB versus my... I do 1 wound to him. He does 3 to me. He's doing better than the Lugers. But it's all about the volcanic embrace. It just absolutely annihilates me every time. So, yeah, that's... not excited about that particularly. But I do 1 wound. And... it's my turn next with stuff going on, so yeah.
Lots of stuff going on, yeah.
Over to my turn, and the Knights of the Court, as I say, do take the bait. They're like, okay, well, we'll do that while the Herald goes in the rear on his own.
Oh, I'm surprised.
This was a little bit... I could charge... He has stand and shoot from the blunderbusses, so he could stand and shoot if they both go in, but obviously you could only stand and shoot 1 in the front. But I decided I want to see how this Herald can work. He won't disrupt him for any reason, but he will get all the attacks from the Uthas metal. So I just want to see if he can do it on his own, really.
With stand and shoot, I think technically if you charge the hedge knights in, and the stand and shoot killed all of them, then technically he can stand and shoot again to the second unit that comes in.
Yeah,
but obviously that's only if the first unit dies completely.
Yeah, my plan,
which is unlikely, but still,
my plan was to charge the court. So in my head, I'm thinking I'll go in. I will probably win the combat with the heraldic steed. So my plan was just to keep him there for 1 turn. Hope I get some magic off to help me out on turn 2 for second round, and in the third round, after I've wiped out the Torok enforcers and have the hedge knights free, just to go all in, presumably into their rear at that point. So, and if he's not turning around to face me and doesn't want to give me a rear, I'll just stay there with them. So I was kind of like, that was kind of my 2-second quick shot in my head of what was going to play out over here. So I didn't think too much more.
That's your chest brain talking, that is.
Yeah. So that's what I just presumed would happen, and if it doesn't, I'll react.
See, I'm still back at the yeoman charging the rocket battery. That's in my chest brain, so you know.
I charged the rocket battery here with the idea to overrun. We weren't quite sure what would happen here. I thought if I overran and ran into him, where I started would be the way of facing, but Dawid said where I contacted the unit is where I get into the arcs and stuff.
So you're in his front here.
So I'm in his front, but where I would contact would be his flank. So he said that would count as a flank charge. I wasn't sure about that, but he was pretty confident, and we were like, well, rather than spend half hour trying to find it out, we'll just do what he says. But
so you're not actually, the overrun doesn't actually hit you dead on the corner. Him dead on the corner then.
No.
It actually goes past it.
And I had quite a lot of scope to go. Like, I didn't have to be there. I could be further up or further down.
But you would have always been in the front facing.
Yeah. So I think
combat,
where I started, I would always be in the front. Obviously, it's the flank of the rocket battery, which was on a circle base. So perhaps there was a bit of it was on a circle base anyway, so to start off with, and this wasn't there. But I don't know. Yeah. So it's anyway. This is how we played it. But if you want to tell us in the comments how exactly what the ruling is on overrunning into a fresh combat.
I've got a feeling that the whole overrunning in a straight line thing is no longer relevant. Like, it doesn't matter that you contact him on his flank, because now the overrun is enough to touch the opponent unit. Therefore, you start a new charge from where you started. The overrun into the flank doesn't matter anymore. I think you just start a new charge from where you are, and because you're in the front facing, that's where it goes.
Yeah.
But so comments clarify in the best way.
We decided it would be where we touched the thing, because that made more sense at the time. But let us know what the actual rule is, please. But again, it was a friendly game, so weren't really too bothered about it.
Yeah.
This is the remaining moves and such of the KOE. So the 2 knight units over here just sort of make sure they're out of arc of everything and can back up the backup charges, so to speak. The Duke also just stays out and sees what he can do. Like, it's not really, with the rocket batteries around, even one of them, he really doesn't just want to fly around everywhere. So he's already got away with one, so he's not going to be too aggressive otherwise.
Well, hopefully there'll be one less battery in a minute. So.
Yes. So yeah, that's what it looks like. In Magic, I get wild spikes off in these guys, as well as regaining another question night, which is a fantastic rule. It really
so
is.
good.
It's just keep them coming back. It's fantastic. I get Totemic Summon off as well. I think I dice him on this one. Or I get this one off, he lets it go, and I dice him. Either way, I try 2 and I get 2, which is always a
very good,
a very, very good phase. There.
Yeah.
I kill the rocket battery, and as I say, overrun into it. I think
so
there might have been
flank, yeah.
there might have been some scope where I could have. I think, and that might have been the thing where I moved up
gone
to
further.
be in his flank and still touched him. But regardless, we decided on the contact bit. But yeah, like I said, put us in a rule, and this was how we played it. My Heraldic Steed goes in, does a bunch of wounds. I think he does like 5 wounds. And he fails his stubborn solid. Check. He wasn't. He was steady. He wasn't solid because he didn't have 4 ranks.
Okay.
But he was. So he was -2. This was another thing as well that came up. I think we played it right, but there was I didn't know whether the stubborn came after the steady.
I think so.
I presume it didn't. Because you halve the combat res, you don't half the thing. But you can never lose by more than 2 in terms of the combat res.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, so if you lost by 4, for example, then stubborn would have made it 2, and 2 was the maximum it could have been anyway. Yeah.
So
that makes
I
more
think
sense.
it comes just before the steady, and that's how we played it. But again, let's know if we're wrong, because I'd love to.
Whereas if you lost by 10, then stubborn would have made it lost by 5, but steady would have made it -2 maximum. Yeah, that makes more sense.
But stubborn doesn't affect steady to make it -1. Is what we played. Yeah, I'm hoping that's right. So let us know if we're right. Okay.
Think so.
It was funny with all the rules that KOE have. I was surprised that it was the ID ones.
The rulebook rules. Yeah.
And the rulebook rules. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
My core only do 3. I was surprised that they only did 3 with the amount of attacks.
They're pretty tough.
They have.
Yeah.
But they are pretty tough, and they did 2 back. I won, but he stuck. So we continue on that
Bit
one.
dicey.
Whereas over here, I should say in the first one, he only did 1 wound to my BSB. He does 0 wounds to my BSB this time round. I kill him for 2, and yes, not good place for if you're an ID there. No. His only character gone.
Yeah. It wasn't like he'd been passing his checks anyway, so that BSB wasn't really doing much.
Yeah, for sure. It's the end of turn 3. So this is where the objective starts coming in. I ended up having 3 tokens because at the start of this turn, I picked up this one. As opposed to his 2, one from the Lugers over on the other side. So I decided to put it here. I could have put it on the right-hand side, but I decided to put it here because I wanted the other 2 to get into the battle. It was simply from that point of view. And my question knights are, I mean, you're not getting them off this that easily. No. So I thought this was a good spot.
Yeah.
Over here, he needs a 4 to get in, I think. Charged with the Lugers. So he decided to go onto that. Obviously, I do have the rerolls to wound, and I'm remembering it at this point. But so he charges in. Unfortunately for him, his dice elude him again. Another dice and he doesn't get in. So this is what it looks like in terms of ID turn 4 because he went first. So his
sorry, just before you move on a minute, by the field and his big infernal engine.
Yeah,
that's what it's called, isn't it? How did that play out over there? Because didn't he have 2 units facing off against one of yours? I don't remember how that.
This was
Well,
before
he's turned around
charges.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's turned around now. So did he kill what? Why is that mounted sergeant unit still alive?
They never went in.
Oh, why? He turned around instead. Did he not kill them with his Luger?
No,
Oh.
I never charged him, and he didn't.
And he didn't charge you.
He couldn't charge me. I
You
was
just
out of arc.
ran towards. Oh, okay.
So
you managed to get out. Okay.
So there was.
Right,
so
enough.
no, I
I don't remember
I'm gonna go back.
that happening. Yeah.
So
I'm sure that
this
he
was
marched
my
up
turn.
aggressively.
Yeah, he did.
Even further back than that. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. So this is probably the picture to talk about in that front. So he moved up.
So he's turned
this
around
is after his
because of...
movement. Yeah. So
Yeah.
basically,
why did he turn around?
He was in this position where both his tank and his Lugers were facing my mounted sergeants.
Yeah.
My mounted sergeants were about 8 or 9 inches away, and I was very obviously measuring from them to the backboard that it was not 12 inches. It was not more than, not less than 12 inches.
And they're not fearless or anything, are they?
They're not fearless.
Spiritual rubbish.
Yeah, exactly. So
okay. That explains it then. Okay, cool.
It wasn't me being coy. I was going to flee if they charged, which meant both of those have been out of the game for another 1-2 turns maybe, and I'd get a chance to rally and just run away. So from his point of view, instead of going after and hoping I roll badly, I guess, he decided to come in and help the center where all the stuff was.
That makes sense now. I think I must have either just not looked at that side of the battlefield or not realised it. So cool, thank you. But you may continue.
I very much retreated from the field area. He was, and this is where he picked up his clue token because he got in it, turned around and moved away. So epileptics 10 away while I just.
Yeah, that's my fault. To be fair, I'll take it. It was all me.
Yeah. And this is the objective.
Seen it.
So
there you go.
He charges, but unfortunately doesn't get in, which means that the rest of the stuff turns around like this. His Lugers do end up rallying and turn to face the totemic summon, but not before the totemic summon can get into the rocket battery, which is nice. Not much else to be told really for his turn. We go on to the last bit of his turn, which is the
good combat. Off the charge.
I kill 1, he kills 1. I have a rank and a banner. I end up winning by 1, and he flees. He's so close to the board, I don't need to pursue. And it's yet another notch on the Dawid got dice by me and himself board, really.
Yeah.
Over here, I do continue to win combat. I take a wound, but he has a decision basically with going into my turn next. Does he turn around to face me? Does he turn around to face the questing knights with his citadel guard? And he ends up turning to face my questing knights, leaving a rear for my Fey Knight. Obviously, my Fey Knight disrupts him as well, so I was winning, but obviously the stubborn kept him there.
That's so good. That's so good.
Yeah, I really found it useful when I was going in. So, onto my turn, and I decide to completely ignore the citadel guard. The Fey Knight surely got that. And take everything else into the Lugar, hoping that I just wipe them out in one. I'm in the front with the 2 knight units, and the Duke comes into the rear. And this is the board.
That's where you want to be.
My guys from the right can start moving over this way. The Herald comes over here to face the Lugar and rocket battery should my totemic summon not do anything. While my mounted yard sergeants come back into the fight to try and chaff his big dude there.
Yeah, nice.
I get in magic. I get wild spikes off on my green knight, as well as the excuse me, hereditary. To get 2 blessing tokens as well.
Yeah, very handy. That's so good that you can top it up. I think it's such a great hereditary spell for them.
Yeah.
It might not be that effective if you're not really maximizing them, but I think it's a really good topical
I think it is because
hereditary
it's
to
so
have.
flexible and it's so unengaging for
Yeah,
the opponent.
yeah, yeah.
It's like the regrowing a wound, and I do regrow a wound here as well on the Questing Knights to get them basically one down from max, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah, the totemic nearly dies, but
Okay,
does kill
that's
the
fine.
thing. So happy days.
Yeah. To be fair, even if it kept it from shooting, it's still a win.
Yeah. Yeah, but for sure. And the Fey Knights continues on. The Disrupted really
What?
takes its combat res down, and he ends up losing by 3, I think.
Oh,
No Stubborn, obviously, now, and runs
no.
and gets caught. And it's just
Ouch.
crazy, really. I didn't even think the -3 would be that big of a deal. But the Wild Spikes really helped from this point of view. And he just tore them up, really.
Yeah, it looks.
Over in the middle as well, it just all goes my way. I lose 1 Questing Knight, 1 Knights of the Realm, and take a couple of wounds on my Duke.
Yep.
As well as losing my BSB at this point. So I do end up losing my BSB. Oh, goodness me. But I take out the unit and and this is what it all looks like. It was a bit of a congestion, bit of a heap of things, but not really that I minded.
So many knights still on the table.
I won by like 18 as well. It just wasn't close from that point, even with the 5 up and stuff like that. I did a bunch of wounds, a bunch of combat res, and he just didn't do the wounds back. It was just they were mental. This did leave an opportunity though, because I'd obviously chaffed from where we were and where his unit was. Because his unit was now not on the board, it meant that his tank could go into me, into my Duke, which was an interesting thing. And we didn't want to spend half hour to try and look it up, but we think because I couldn't move and he couldn't get in further, that we just stay contacting as much as possible, and not aligning, which I think is a new rule for 3.0. So you don't have to align. It's like mismatched. I don't know what it's called. But there's a rule that I think says that you don't have to wheel to get in if you can't.
You don't have to close the door anymore.
Yeah, that's it. So again, if anybody could write that specific rule in to the comments, that'd be very helpful for anybody watching and for us while we're learning these things. But yeah, it did mean that my mounted sergeants didn't actually chaff, which was funny. Over here, and this is just showing
that unit's not there.
the scribbled units are not there. The Luger go into my totemic summon with not much else to do. And he goes in, does another wound to the Duke, and that's about it for his turn.
And you put your mounted sergeants in as well.
My sergeants end up going in for a bit, just to try and keep my Duke alive for combat res, because it was a bit dicey, I think, to stand. I only losing 1 wound, I remember being like, this is ridiculous as well. Like, that's
and that
good.
potion of healing.
Then the potion of healing comes up. Oh yeah, so that was good. I triple charge. I can just about see his Luger with my heraldic seed. So I triple charge with everything into his Luger.
Yeah.
I get in with everything, and then my knights just all turn around like so. I think this is turn 5. I want to say. For some reason, didn't write it in the battle report. Bad me. But yeah, otherwise like that. I might have taken another wound after combat from the Duke, but do end up using the potion at the end as well to get 1 back. And I put Awaken the Beast off, and both my Orison tokens that are remaining on these guys for the 5 pages, just for a bit of extra thing.
Yeah.
After all said and done over here, my Knights of the Court take a battering. I end up only keeping 1, but I do keep 1, I guess, to the frustration of my opponent. And I go through them to the point where they're running off the board automatically. The Uther's Metal here was very, very good. To what he adds to the combat. as well as the hedge knights being paired weapons potentially, which they were, and extra strength, which was fantastic. So yeah, they all go in, kill that, and it's happy days for the KOE really. The last thing to note is like, do use the potion, which means he's now not decimated, which is important for the objective.
Oh, right.
Because that's all secondary anyway. I've got the primary now. But yes, so with all said and done, after one more round of combat, he does one wound to my Duke, making him decimated, but not killing him outright, which is so funny. It's
that
just
50-point potion. Always said how worth it is.
Tanky was that guy? So he's taken 3 rocket batteries and 3 rounds of combat against this.
Yeah.
I had no words for how good this guy turned out to be on the day. And then on the very last round of combat, he takes out my sergeants instead of going for the Duke. That just shows you what that guy could do when he rolls well. And that was the end of the game. I did do some wounds to the guy. I think I did like 3 or 4 wounds, but it wasn't enough to make him decimated or anything like that. So it didn't matter from that point of view. But the fact that the Duke's still there is just insanely funny. And was noted, David. But the way it worked, this was an absolute mauling from my dice and from his dice on himself.
His dice were pretty brutal as well.
So lots of things could have changed this thing. It ended up being a 19-1, but the Yeoman still being there, the Uther's Metal guy killing the blunderbuss unit so early, Luger's fleeing from the questing knights after one round of combat. All those things would have massively changed the game. So it was a fun one, a frustrating one from my opponent, who travelled all the way up.
I think I'm actually a bit disappointed in you, Lucky Sixes, because this means that he wins the day, 21 points to 19.
Well, importantly, I obviously get the objective, and I do get my secondary objective, but he also, because Duke, I know he's not dead, but he is decimated. That is part of his secondary objective, Slay the Beast. And he gets the 1 point. To means that Dawid is the ultimate winner over PTG, which so many people are. Anyway, yes, a great game, a lovely day. Thank you, David, for coming down. Amazing models, as we said as well. And that leads us on to the start of our little resurgence back into playing lots of games in Ninth Age. We had a bit of a break over summer.
We did.
And we're looking to get very much back on it with a few things to look forward to in the next month and 2 months, locally and internationally.
Far away.
Yes. As well.
Is now as good a time to mention it in an official announcement? Again, those of you that have liked, shared, subscribed, and are regular viewers of the thing might have heard us mention it through passing that we are traveling to Sweden. We are.
And officially, we can announce that we are going to GlenCon in Gothenburg in Sweden next month.
October. Yeah, next month. Yeah. Exciting. Can't wait.
Yeah. So, we're looking to refine lists. I've got 3 armies I could play, this being one of them, obviously. And you're looking at 1 or 2 armies as well.
Probably ogres, but because it's just easier to travel with ogres than it is.
This is, as much as we
hundreds of
have
orcs.
Army lists, it's like, we have got to travel with them. So there's that. So really excited. Looking to get as many games in as possible. It will mean that some of the games we play in the next month or so won't necessarily be battle reports, because we're just trying to get them in. But it will definitely tell you and keep you updated with our progress.
Yeah. Can't wait. In the meantime, check us out everywhere as usual, and put some things in the comments, some rule clarifications and thoughts on KOE, etc. Always appreciated. We do love reading them, so thank you for your support and the time you take in writing those comments. Other than that, we'll move on to the next one, which I believe is going to be back to the Celtic League with my ogres.
Possibly.
depending on ordering of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, we will see you soon for another battle report, folks.
Absolutely. See you later.